Peace, peace. Hope all is well. I truly hope all is well. We're reporting live from the Santo Domingo from the Dominicana Republicana. The Naco Piatini area in the center. Now, my experience here is this is a big city. It's a very big city. The first time I was in Santo Domingo, this is my second time. The first time I was in Zona Colonial for like 2 days. And it was very cool. It was very touristic. I seen the Christopher Columbus statue. And so it kind of brought it all full circle that this is where they actually came and landed, Christopher Columbus and the Europeans, when they came from Spain. They was in Santo Domingo. Also, a quick fact, Santo Domingo is the oldest city in the Americas. It was founded 1500, so it was over 500 years old. It's a quick little fact. But what I wanted to talk to y'all about was basically what or how to find out what you truly need to be doing. In times like this, in 2023, where we have the internet, we have Google, we have YouTube, all these resources. Now we even have ChatGPT, artificial intelligence, that can literally answer the questions that we have. It can write the book reports, can do the homework. At this point in time, we need to focus on how we can leverage these resources. So whereas we don't have to sell our souls by way of entertainment, by the entertainment industry, because it's a demonic industry. And they want us to think that's the only way that we can become successful and wealthy, right? Now, if we look out here in Santo Domingo, there's a lot of developments going on. We got a lot of buildings, a lot of towers. Same time, you still see like these type of trees, a little jungle atmosphere, because at a certain point, this is all jungle. Tropical jungle. We got construction right there. They building, they on the top floor building. These are working men, working women. But who's funding all of it? You see that Citibank? The banks fund all of these things. The banks provide credit to all these corporations, to all these companies. The same advance on that 360 deal that rap artist, your favorite rap artist, gets is a extension of credit from the bank that the industry or the particular record label extends to the rapper with interest for them to pay back based off the investment they're making for their album sales, right? Now, the more desperate the rapper or the artist is, the more likely they will be to actually take that 360 deal or that horrible record deal so they can have some money in their pocket. So they're willing to push propaganda. Now, Drake, he just dropped the album, and essentially I saw pictures of him flashing Masonic signs with his child, his own child. He's basically sacrificed his child. His child can't be no more than 6 years old. He's fucking kindergartner, excuse my language. But he sacrificed his son to the industry. Plus he's saying all this stuff in his songs, which is ridiculous. He's a demonic entity at this point. And he's a demonic entity that has no plans of ever repenting and asking for forgiveness. He's already sold his soul effectively. But what I want to say is you don't have to sell your soul. What you have to do is you have to now use these resources to say, okay, ChatGPT, how can I build my credit? How can I leverage my personal credit in order to get funding for my business? How can I leverage my business to start providing products and services that are needed so I can make a profit in which I can make a sustainable living from? Because if you have good credit, you have good business credit, you can leverage capital. Now, if you can leverage capital, you can start building a building like that. You can build a building like that. All of these companies, all of these logos, all these trademarks, these trademarks are being funded by banks through business credit. The same credit that the Los Angeles Lakers receives, they will use that same credit to make payroll to pay their athletes. So you don't have to become a 5-star NBA Hall of Famer to make some form of wealth for yourself. However, the lesson of the day is, at what point would you be content? Would you be content with $500,000 a year? Would you be content with $100,000 a year? Would you be content with $5 million a year? Would you be content with $1 million a year? These are the questions that you got to ask yourself. What type of life do you want to live? Now, I'm in this building in Santo Domingo. I'm basically in a beautiful apartment that I am using by way of Airbnb. Very beautiful apartment. Nice loft setup. Very, very cool design. I really like it. But on average, this type of unit rents for around $1,500. So if I can leverage my credit, start a profitable business and essentially make $10,000 to $20,000 a month, I can come to a place like this, live on the top floor, and be able to actually save money. And not to mention, Santo Domingo is a very good airport that has connections to all Central and South American destinations, as well as destinations 2 hours from Florida, right? So you might be thinking, do I need to be passionate about my business? Whatever business you want to form, do you need to be passionate about it? And the answer is no, you do not need to be passionate about it. Whatever it is you're passionate about, be passionate about it. But how you make money, you do not need to be passionate about it. Whether that's from you working a 9 to 5 at the factory, you working at the call center, you working in the office, whatever it may be, you don't need to be passionate about that. You need to focus on what you're passionate about and be passionate about it. Me, am I passionate about traveling? Yes, I'm passionate about traveling. I learned a lot about traveling. I've been to a few places in South and Central America, and I enjoyed it. Now, the lessons that I learned when I'm out in these places are very good lessons that I get to bring back to me when I'm back in the States. And these are the only lessons you're going to be able to get when you travel, when you use your passport. Because you get to see a whole different culture and a whole different mind state and a whole different mindset upon how they live life. Now, the Dominican people, these people are very kind. They have no problem helping. Now, my only problem is I can't speak Spanish. So my struggle Spanish doesn't always get the point across. But I can say this, I never felt in danger here. Now, if you take a few wrong back roads, you might end up in the barrio. Like the other night, I had to make a play. I had to go see a chica that, I favor. And she told me come through. I had to go through the barrios. And the Uber dropped me off in the barrios at 1 o'clock at night. And I was like, what am I doing here? But it was all good. The mission was a success. And then I'm back now in the Piatini and Naco area. But if you make a certain turn down these roads, you'll be in some questionable areas. But even then, the Dominican people are not looking to start trouble. They're just minding their business. So as long as you mind your business, you'll be A-okay. Anywhere you go, I believe you'll be A-okay. As long as you mind your business, you stay humble, you show a certain level of humility, and not necessarily be in a fearful state. You will be fine. But look at this Santo Domingo. This is about half of Santo Domingo. You can see about half of it. Then you go that way and you're going towards the water. You're going towards the Malecon. It feels great out here. The weather's about 100. It feels great. But yeah. Focus on building your business. Use these resources that you have. Use the resources that you have. You got Google, you got YouTube University. You don't need a degree. Now, I got a degree in finance. Finance is the best degree that you can possibly get. The reason why it's the best degree that you can possibly get is because the banks hire the most people throughout the entire world. You can be able to go anywhere in the world and work for a bank. You can also travel to most places and speak English and teach English. So that is a perfect way to be able to travel. If you can speak, especially if you can already speak English and Spanish, you can travel and get most of your housing paid for by your employer to just teach English to kids. And that'll be a beautiful way to be able to travel and learn more about cultures. If you want to go to college, focus on business administration. Don't do marketing. Do business administration and do it and focus in finance. Because when you get a general degree in finance, you cover all the basics. You cover the accounting, you cover the stock market, you cover real estate accounting. It depends on what you're really interested in. But finance would be the smartest way to go if you're looking to get a degree. If you're not looking to get a degree, no problem. Don't get into debt and focus on YouTube University and focus on building your business credit, building your personal credit, and leveraging that into an actual sustainable business that you can make monthly, weekly, daily, profitable transactions or profitable services or sign profitable contracts. Now, you have a artificial intelligence that is now available to where you can type in any question and you will get a artificial intelligent response. Now, you use that artificial intelligence response and you don't take it for face value, but you read it and you take that and you start running with it. And that's how you build your business plan. That's how you build your business plan. Use these resources that you have. Use the resources that you have. Now, a big part of it is going to be able to, how long can you focus on one thing? Me, I get distracted very easily. I think we all do. We got these cell phones to where we're TikTok, and I don't get on TikTok. I don't use it. I'm on YouTube all day, though. I do love YouTube. YouTube University is a real thing for me. I'm always learning. Instagram, I don't use like that. I don't use any. Just basically YouTube. I'm not a clout chaser. But what I want to express is focus on your personal credit, leverage it into business credit, and once you establish these things, you can have capital to form an actual profitable business. Now, your business, do you need to be passionate about it? No, you do not need to be passionate about it. What you need to be is logical about this. Who needs what, and how does one get that? Who needs this product or who needs this service, and where do they go to get it? You need to figure out how to get in the middle of those two things. If someone wants, for example, this bank over here, Citibank, they want 100,000 Coca-Colas to put in their office. What you would do to profit off that is you would find what Citibank wants before they go to Coca-Cola. Then you go to Coca-Cola and say, I need 100,000 Coca-Colas for Citibank. And then you go to Citibank, say, oh yeah, I got the Coca-Colas for you. Did you make the Coca-Colas? Did you come up with Coca-Colas? No, all you did is provide a product and a service. That's it. You found out what they needed and you provided it to them. Well, how did you pay for the Coca-Colas? Well, that's why you have your business credit. so you can actually have capital to invest in a product and or a service. Because, say for example, they said, okay, we'll pay Coca-Cola, say, okay, we'll sell you each Coca-Cola for 25 cents. Matter of fact, let's just say 10 cents for number's sake. So 100,000 times 10 cents, let's just say it cost 10,000 for 100,000 Coca-Colas. I would go to Citibank and I would sell those Coca-Colas to them for 15,000. I'll put 5 cents markup and make a 5 cent profit on each, and those 100,000 will probably line up to about $15,000. So $5,000 in profit from that deal. That's just an example, but this is how business is done. No one's telling you how business is actually done. This is how business is done. You do business to business. The business has already got the most money. If you focus on, you can focus on business to consumer, but the consumers, they only got paid what they get paid. They can't buy your product or buy your service if they don't have money. So the answer is, go to these big companies like Citibank. Go to these big companies and help them do their business. Provide products and services to these big companies, these big corporations, because they have too much money. Now you might be asked, how would I do that? That's where you got ChatGPT. That's why you got YouTube University. If you want to invest in stocks and these speculation, it should be a side income. It should never be your focus, your main focus. Unless you grew up or you have a speculation background, you work into the securities markets through an actual institution, from an institutional level, like you're working in the Wall Street, then speculation should never be something that you should focus on primarily as your main source of income. It should always be a side source of income. Because speculation is not good for your brain. You can't see your money go up and down and expect to act logically. And what we're about in business is pure logic. Business is pure logic. You can't be fearful when you're wanting to make money in this market. Now, you see this Santo Domingo? They say this is a third world. This is not a third world. This is a hustler island. Everybody on this island hustles. In the parking garage in the building that I'm at, I seen 2 Porsches. Like 911s. So whoever's in this building is getting to it. They hustling. But yeah, that was just all I have to say on this. Focus on what you need to do and what you need to be doing. Let everything else go. Do not compare yourself to anybody. Focus on what you have to do for your personal advancement. Peace.